Hi Pisces, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you are well. This is a general reading for any sun, moon, or rising Pisces. We're going to take a look at the cards to get a sense of the awareness, guidance, and possible outcomes for the week. I will also sweeten the pot by pulling some oracle cards for more information. So let's get started. Okay, the first two cards I'm going to choose, the awareness for the week. Okay, the awareness of the week, the Ace of Cups, the opportunity, the gift or blessing from the universe with respect to a chance to express your love, to meet someone that can bring love into your life, whether that's romantic, whether it's family or friendship, it's a meaningful connection. And so you can see the cup is runneth over with water, and it's the expression, the flowing of emotions. It's happiness, the potential for joy, the potential for happiness. Whether you're in a relationship, this is a chance for you to deepen your bond, to enhance your bond, to tell someone, to express how you feel about them, how much you love them. If you are single and hoping to connect, it's the opportunity to meet someone that can bring happiness to your day. Now, I will say that the Ace of Cups also is a card to remember to show some self-love, to, you got to love yourself first before you can really love others. And it's simply a beautiful and powerful ace to have. And it seems like this is a good thing to have. We have the Two of Swords. And Swords energy is, and sword air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the Two of Swords, the person here is holding the icon actually, is holding the swords, crossing the chest. The space there is indicative of a blindfold. And this is sometimes that we're unable to make a decision. We're unable to move forward. We feel stuck. We feel like we don't want to deal with something, that maybe this is not the right time to deal with something. So we're in this rigid position where we can't move forward, we can't move backwards. We really can't use the power of those swords yet. Doesn't mean that we won't be able to, but for whatever reason, we are feeling blocked and feeling unable to make a choice, to make a decision. So, the crossing the heart's not maybe letting things out, letting your emotions come out, and maybe not allowing emotions or ideas to come through. So let's see what we have for guidance for the week. So very interesting. We have the Five of Swords, more sword energy, more air energy. This is a card of conflict where there's a clear winner and there are people who are walking away in defeat. Sometimes in life, the battles that we pick and choose them. Some are worth fighting for more than others. Sometimes we lay down our swords and we say, not worth it to me. It's not worth it to lose our friendship, to butt heads over an issue. And then there are other times when people have to win no matter what. And that's exhausting, as we know, as people who, always have to win and come out on top. So, this is conflict. So you may be having conflict for the week. Again, it's a minor arcana card. It's an annoyance. It's a daily, something that's not a big idea, something that shouldn't prevent you, but maybe not wanting to deal with something is to deal with this defeat or deal with this situation of a power struggle or this conflict here. The good news for guidance is, again, we come back to the sense of love and the opportunity for love. With the Two of Cups, you really get a sense with the icons here, you get a sense of the balance in this illustration, the equality, The heads are at the circles are at the head, are this at the same height. The cups are at the same height. They're facing each other. There's a willingness here, it seems like, to cooperate and to find harmony. And it's about finding balanced relationships. This is a great possibility for a very strong connection to someone. Whether it's a lover, a spouse, or a friend or business partner, there's a real sense here of unity, of connecting, of developing a bond that has just the right emotional intensity and depth. So with this Ace of Cups, it's like, hello, hello, and I'm ready. And it's nice to see. Very nice to see. So let's get some more information here. This is possible outcomes. Oh my goodness, some conflict. Interesting, we have the Seven of Swords, a 7 more sword energy, air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and this is someone who is either out for themselves and has no qualms of being shady or deceptive to get what they want. And so whether that's you or whether that's someone within your circle, this is something that you need to be aware of, that someone may not be presenting themselves as they truly are. And you may need to be on your toes in terms of identifying this. We have some arguments here, and, maybe this requires careful consideration of who you're interacting with. As long as you know who you're dealing with, you can deal with this, but there's a sense here of some shadiness or some out for themselves. Again, knowledge is power. To have the knowledge is power. And so with this Seven of Swords, deceptive, trickery, shady, not being forthright, here's the Seven of Wands. And this Seven of Wands is about defending yourself or protecting yourself. People perhaps coming after you, you're at elevated slightly here, and either you're defending your actions, your stake, your ground, your thoughts, your beliefs, but there's a sense here of protecting or defending yourself. There's also a thought here to take the higher ground in terms of arguments, in terms of conflict, to be able to take the higher ground. So let's take a look here. The Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, and then the sword energy of conflict, of perhaps of deception, and having to defend yourself and not wanting to deal with some things. And maybe this is a situation where you really like somebody, but you're not willing to see some things. And you may be defending your choices here. But this is an important card because you have to be really aware of people's motivations and to ensure that their actions and their words are consistent. Sometimes they can still fool you, but you really have to be aware of this. So let's get some more information. This is a meditation or practice area for the week. Prayer and contemplation, charity, connect with heaven, Ask and you shall receive. So contemplation, prayer, and ask and you shall receive are wonderful things to think about, because you have to really be clear in what you want. You have to ask for it. And you have to believe that it's going to come your way. Okay, so let's choose an oracle card for spiritual self or emotional self. Choices. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen and to appreciate appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. Accepting responsibility for your choices. Again, we are responsible for our choices. We make the choices that matter. And so sometimes, choices are hard. Sometimes we're not ready to make difficult choices. Sometimes we're in conflict about some of these decisions that we have to make. And finally, let's see what the Love Oracle would like to tell us for you. Present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So it's a very interesting reading in that we have a lot of positive cards for love. The Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups is pretty outstanding. And yet we have the undercurrent of conflict, of protecting yourself, defending yourself, and the hint here that things are not as they seem. So be mindful, be aware, and be present. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please subscribe, like, share, or comment. And I thank you for your time in watching. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.